As a leader, as a woman, as a mother, as a wife, showing them how I lead is really, really important.
The sky's the limit.
You have to just roll with it.
The world's my oyster. I can do whatever I want.
There's nothing being holding me back.
Or can you take on the challenge?
Well, that's where I want to work, and wow, I'm really lucky because that is where I work.
I have a voice that can affect change.
And I'm really proud of you. You did really well.
Women are great at supporting women.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life.
It was crystal clear that it doesn't matter whether you're male, female, non-binary, whether you're 20 or 60. It is very much an organisation where everyone is given the opportunity to succeed. As a young woman entering into the corporate world and obviously the fintech space, I didn't quite know what to expect. So for me, I've never ever felt like my age or my gender was a hindrance. If anything, I felt, like I was given as much opportunities as someone double my age with triple the experience.
I was encouraged all the way along. They seen the capabilities that I have. So that doesn't matter whether I'm a woman or not, as far as I'm concerned. It's based on what I can do and what I can bring to the table. So yeah, if you look at for 8.5 years, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 promotions. So yes, there's nothing being holding me back really.
I actually started the Women in Tech group back in 2019 for version 1. It's a platform to empower women in any shape or form. Whenever we first started, it was more of an internal thing, just to be able to create that bond where people can lean in. We have events. We would also look into our diversity, inclusion and belonging strategies.
That's what MD will always say. No matter what's going on inside the office, no matter what trench we're in, it'll always be Tina, it's family first. So do what you got to do.
We did do an emotional intelligence course. I think that learning to understand other people's emotions, but learning to understand your own emotions and how you react to that, that's huge.
There's also a community for women called Toast Her, and there's a Toast Her mentorship program. I've been on, the mentor and mentee side. It really doesn't matter what level you are, you can be either. And there's just this real sense of encouraging people to kind of get mentored, to have mentors across the organisation.
Whether you are a grad just in the door or somebody that's there forever, your voice is really heard. There isn't a big tiered management structure. So that is something that people really like, but that whole thing of I actually can make a difference in a change here, and I have a voice that can affect change.
The lovely piece that we have is the Distilled Women's Network. So the Distilled Women's Network essentially is made up of every single woman in the company, regardless of what area you work in or what level of seniority you are. Everybody is in it, and from day one you're a member when you join the company.
There was a colleague of mine that went through mental health issues, and this person stood up and told all her colleagues who were in one room about her mental health challenges, what she went through, and the support that she got from the organisation. I thought, wow, we have created an environment where this person can stand up in front of all of her colleagues, over 100 people, and tell them about her mental health challenges.
I lost one of my best friends to suicide a couple of years ago. Through that time, having an organisation, having a manager, having a team that were so on hand to support me, I think that kind of human element to the company, that it doesn't matter who you are, who you work with, everyone will always, gather around and help someone in need.
What I really like is that there's also a parental leave policy for dads, and it's 4 months fully paid. It's just huge, the support he can give to his wife and his family and be part of what's going on.
You have the most amazing work-life balance. It starts from the top down. So, you'll often hear people in our leadership teams, talking about maybe what they're getting up to in the evening time, or that they're coming in a little bit later because they have to drop the kids off.
Well, there are so many female leaders within Toast, which is amazing. I mentioned I work in Toast Technology, and our CTO is female, and out of her 6 VPs on her team, 3 are females. It's quite inspirational, I think, for women. You can really see yourself at all sorts of levels, and it's
just to be able to put that Women in Tech lens across it, to say, okay, so that job ad, is it gonna, if a woman reads that, is it something that she would like, oh, I would love to apply for that? Or are we just making sure, like for example, part of our interview panel, making sure we have at least a woman?
I report directly into the CFO, which is Shauna Leach currently, that she's given me the confidence and the empowerment to just go ahead and do what I feel is right at that time. And I can't tell you how much she's mentored me, and I'm like a sponge. And I probably didn't realise how much I was learning off her. And then you have Lorna Khan, who's the CEO. So you can only aspire to be better all the time, can't you, when you see like women in such high roles?
It's the thing I'm probably most passionate about. If I roll back to when I was in my early 20s, somebody saw something in me, a manager, a mentor, saw something in me that I didn't even see in myself at the time, and created that environment of where you could grow.
My now manager at the time when the role was coming up, the one thing that really stuck with me was he had mentioned, you know, you're going to see the job spec, and we know that you don't have that, but we know you have a lot of transferable skills, so don't let that put you off applying. And I just kind of had a moment where I went, this is somebody that really gets it, and this is like somebody that has been given the training to know.
I always said whatever you wanted to do, whatever you wanted to be, I would support them. So I went back and I did a leadership and development course in college, just for me to learn the skills in order to be able to help the team out. And I suppose that's what I want to pass down to the younger generation, that if you have a goal, you have a mindset, you can succeed.